Hey everybody, and welcome once again to another episode of Can Do Entertainment Presents May the Force Be With Who. Now today is going to be another movie review episode, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Denzel Washington Chris Pratt Western, the remake of The Magnificent Seven. And I've got to say my initial thoughts were it was a pretty damn good movie. It, of course being a remake does not have an original plot. It's basically the plot of the evil Peter Sarsgaard, who plays the robber baron type character Bork or Borg. It was kind of sounded like it was pronounced two or three different ways in the movie, but he's basically wanting to take over a small town that has a gold mine and trying to run all the rightful inhabitants of the town out so he can claim the gold mine to himself, and has a band of cutthroats and smugglers and rustlers and hustlers and thieves, or to quote the great Harvey Korman speech from Blazing Saddles, and Methodists. If you've seen Blazing Saddles, you know where I'm going with this. So basically he's trying to clear everybody out of the town so he can claim the gold mine for himself, and gives everybody 3 weeks to either pay up and get out, or not pay up and get out, but accept his offer of what he's paying for their land and get out. And ends up killing the main lead actress's husband, which sets off on this course. She's trying to find some men to come defend the town. If not, the line from the trailer, it's like, so you seek vengeance, and it's like, oh, if it's not vengeance, then, or I seek righteousness, but if not, vengeance will do. And then we're introduced to our main characters, which, Denzel Washington. I need to buy a vowel. As usual, Denzel Washington plays the lead character Sam, who is first contacted. He's a bounty hunter and is drawn in, and actually turns out that he has a connection to Bork, which we don't find out until way late in the movie, but we'll get onto that more in a minute. Denzel's the bounty hunter, and then we come across Chris Pratt's character, Flattery, I believe his name was, and he's the gambler. And basically Chris Pratt is playing Chris Pratt. He's kind of getting into the Will Smith trap, where he's playing the same character in every movie himself. But, it's still Chris Pratt. It's entertaining. Then we have Vincent D'Onofrio, who's playing a tracker in the movie, who becomes part of the Magnificent Seven. And Vincent D'Onofrio's kind of got this thing going on lately. If anybody that watches Daredevil knows that he's got this really deep voice for Wilson Fisk, the "you hurt Vanessa" voice. Well, in the Magnificent Seven, he's got this kind of really high-pitched kind of voice, and it just, when you look at the character, there's a line in the movie, it's like, I think that bear's wearing a human suit, or something to that effect, and D'Onofrio comes out with this really kind of high-pitched, squeaky voice. But D'Onofrio's really great in the movie. And then rounding out the rest of the crew, you have Byung-Young Lee as the Oriental knife expert, the kind of assassin, and Ethan Hawke, who plays the sharpshooter, who Goodnight Robideau, I believe, is the character's name, and he and Byung-Young Lee, I keep wanting to say Byung-Young Kim for some reason, but Byung-Young Lee, they're kind of like a Han and Chewie of the Old West. They're thick as thieves, and they come as a package deal. And Ethan Hawke's character is really kind of interesting, because he sort of has like a sort of PTSD from the Civil War, because he's really reluctant to get into the action for most of the movie. But, not trying to give out huge spoilers, but, it's a Western, there's gunfights, and, will he, eventually take up arms to join the rest of the Magnificent Seven to save the town from the evil Peter Sarsgaard, who plays the character of Bork. And here comes one of my minor gripes with the film. It is the villain, Peter Sarsgaard, as the villain Bork. It's really kind of one note. It's pretty much, mustache twirling, oh, get out of my town or I'm going to kill you all. And, 50 other guys in Hollywood could have played this. I mean, yeah, he comes off as really slimy, and, you're the typical kind of villain you want to have in a Western like this, but he's not got a lot of screen time. He's there at the very beginning to establish the plot, and then kind of shows up for about 2 minutes in the middle of the movie when he knows that there's people in his town that are willing to fight him, and then he shows up at the end. And then, yeah, we have a plot connection that ties his character back to Denzel's character, which we don't know about until the very end. So that was kind of another little, minor gripe that, okay, maybe if you'd have added a little bit of this to the story, it could have enriched it a little bit. But those are really only my minor plot complaints. As a whole, it's well paced. It has a lot of action. There's a lot of humor. A lot of it coming surprisingly from the Young Lee character. Chris Pratt gets, he has his Prattism, so he does a great job as well. Denzel is solid as always. He's cool in the gang. It's Denzel Washington. And it's interesting because Denzel, working again with director Anton Fuqua on this film, who had recently directed Denzel in the film Sorry It's Raining, who had recently directed Denzel in the film The Equalizer, which is a remake of the 1980s television series. It was also a kind of mini Training Day reunion because if you remember, that Denzel also worked with Ethan Hawke and Anton Fuqua on Training Day, which was a film that Denzel got his Best Actor Oscar for. So I really enjoyed The Magnificent Seven. As my dearly departed father would say, it was a damn good movie. Of course, he loved westerns, so it was definitely up his alley. But I really recommend The Magnificent Seven. Had a great big gun battle at the end, so it's action-packed. It's got humor. Minor complaints about the villain and his screen time, but other than that, it's enjoyable. Get out, go see it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed the review. And sorry I'm doing this in the Jeep, but got some affairs of state are taking precedent over affairs of state at the moment. So anyway, I'm done for now. So hope you've enjoyed episode 19 of May the Force Be With Who and my review of The Magnificent Seven. And as always, until next time, keep on keeping on.